Glowing Star, welcome to Mini Marvelous Stories. Glowing Star, get ready for bite-sized stories that spark your imagination, touch your heart, and leave you inspired. From thrilling adventures to heartwarming tales, each story is crafted to entertain and captivate you in just a few minutes. Movie camera, you'll find here, white heavy checkmark short, engaging storytelling, white heavy checkmark inspirational and thought-provoking tales, white heavy checkmark fun, creative, and unique narratives. Subscribe now and turn every moment into a mini marvelous experience. Sparkles open book bell. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss a story.
Once upon a time, there was a kingdom ruled by a just king, and he had a beautiful daughter whom he wanted to marry off. Despite her beauty, the princess was arrogant and had bad manners. Her father wanted to marry her off so that she could improve, but she was not serious and mistreated all the princes who came to propose to her. The king said, "My royal friends and princes, you will meet my daughter now." The princess started searching for a prince to marry and went to each of them, saying, "This one is short, and this one is heavy and resembles a ball, and this one is tall like a flagpole, and this one is short like a dwarf." The princess mocked all the kings, princes, and nobles, laughing at them, even though her father, the king, was angry. But he remained silent until she insulted a kind king with a beard, saying, "Look at him. His beard looks like a broom, it's an ugly beard." The king became very angry and shouted, "What is wrong with you? How dare you insult these noblemen? I hereby declare that you will marry the first person who enters through the door, whether they are a prince or a beggar." 2 days later, the king's wish came true when a musician passed by in the garden, playing a flute and asking for charity. Catching the king's attention, the king ordered his guards to bring him to him, carried out his decision, and ordered the princess to marry the musician. The musician was shocked and felt happy, while the princess cried and objected, but the king did not listen to her and insisted on completing the marriage. The king ordered the couple firmly, saying, "Get ready to leave. You will not stay here and will travel with your husband." Thus, the musician left with his new wife from the palace to the unknown world. They traveled far, and after several days, they reached a beautiful forest. The princess said, "Tell me, who owns this beautiful forest?" The musician replied, "It is the king with the ugly beard." The princess said, "Wow! How foolish I am." They continued their journey and arrived at a vast meadow. The princess said, "Tell me, who owns this vast meadow?" The musician replied, "It is the king with the ugly beard, too." The princess said, "Wow! How foolish I am." Then they arrived at a large city, and the princess asked, "Tell me, who owns this beautiful city?" The musician replied, "It is the one with the ugly beard." The princess said, "Wow! How foolish I am, I wish I hadn't rejected him." The musician said, "Why are you saying this? Am I not a good husband to you?" The princess fell silent, and the musician took her to a small cottage on the outskirts of the city. She felt terrified and said, "What is this house? It is so small. Where are the servants?" The musician replied, "Servants? My dear, we have to do everything ourselves. There are no servants. The princess lived in poverty and hardship and learned to work and be humble. One day, during the wedding of the crown prince, she learned the truth. The musician who married her off was none other than the king with the ugly beard. He had disguised himself to teach her a lesson in humility. She apologized, realized her mistake, and they got married on the spot, living happily ever after.